So I've started off with my little sketch. It's a bag of marbles. And there's so many marbles I can't sketch them all in here. So what you have to do is we know that this bag contains red, white and blue marbles. We know that a third of the marbles are red and we know that a quarter of the marbles are blue, but we don't know the fraction of white marbles. We only know that there are 100 white marbles. So the first thing I need to do is I need to work out what's the fraction of white marbles, because that helps me work out the total amount. So step one, find the fraction of white marbles. Now, we get the fraction of white marbles by working out what's the fraction of red and blue together. So, if I would like to work out 1 minus the fraction of red minus the fraction of blue will give me my fraction of white. Because there are only 3 colours. Okay? So, what is the fraction of red and fraction of blue? It's almost easier to work that out first. So, what is a third plus a quarter? A third plus a quarter, we don't have the same denominator on the bottom, so we have to cross multiply. Multiply this one by the 4 that's down here, and multiply this side by the 3 that was down here. So we would get that this would be equivalent to 4/12, and this one would be equivalent to 3/12. Now I have the same denominator on the bottom. It's really easy to add my fractions. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 what? 7/12. So the amount of red and blue together is 7/12. So how much must be white? Well, it must be 1 minus 7/12. That must be the amount of white. So the amount of white marbles must be 12/12, because that's the same as 1, minus the 7/12. That is the red and blue together. That gives me 5/12. So the amount of white marbles I now know is 5/12. But I know something about those white marbles. I know that those 5/12 are also 100. So 5/12 equals 100 marbles. How does that help me? Well, it helps me because from a 5/12, if I divide 5/12 by 5, put a space here. If I divide 5/12 by 5, I'll get what 1/12 is. And when I've worked out what 1/12 of the marbles is, it's really easy for me to work out what 12/12 are. So 1/12 of the marble, if I divide this side by 5 to get 1/12, I do the same thing here. So I get that 1/12 is equivalent to 20 marbles. So I now know what 1/12 of my marbles are. It's really easy for me to work out what 12/12 are, because I go from 1/12 to 12/12 by multiplying by 12. So I have to multiply my 20 marbles by 12. So 12/12, or the whole bag of marbles, ends up being 2 12s or 24. But we had a 0 here, so we have a 0 in our answer. 240 marbles. So I know that the whole bag should contain 240 marbles. Am I finished? No, because one of the things I've asked you to do is a check. If I'm right, I should be able to take a third of these marbles, 240 divided by 3, that would give me 80. 80 red marbles. A quarter of my marbles would be blue, that would be 240 divided by 4, 60 blue marbles, and add them to my 100 marbles here. 100 and 60 and 80. 80 plus 60 is 140. Add 100 there, it's 240. I'd get 240 marbles here. So my check would be 100 white marbles plus 80 red plus 60 blue does equal 240. Yes. So here I've pretty much got everything. I've got my sketch, I've summarised the question, I've put in my formulas when I've needed them, I've shown all my working out, I've answered the question, put in my units that I'm talking about, how many marbles do I have, I'm telling you how many marbles I have, and then I finished off with a little check there as well. So that's how I'd expect you to solve that type of problem-solving question in your books. This is how it should look.